Hi, welcome to Pro No TV. Here we go again, guys. A 17-year-old young man was shot and killed a year ago. Emmanuel, he used to work for Barack Obama. Now he's the mayor of Chicago. I believe he covered this up. Okay? How did he get that job as mayor anyway? It was 4 black people running for that job. He was working for Barack Obama, and the minute he got that job, the minute he quit Barack Obama and left Barack, he came to Chicago and became mayor. And he wasn't even living there. He had no residency. But you see how they got connections? How they money controls everything in politics, in corporations? Now this young man was just holding the knife. If he was if he was unstable, or or his mind wasn't right, a 17-year-old man, can't you fucking, as a cop, don't you have training for these kind of people? And you just shoot this boy 16 fucking times? That's hate, people. That is hate. Please. Let us admit the racism and hate in this country from white people's hate. Stop hiding it. Let's stop and let's deal with this. Our children and our people and black people are dying for no reason because you got hateful policemen with guns that hate black people. How did they get these jobs? Do they ever get interviewed and say, are you a racist? Before you take this job as a cop, before you take this job as a judge, before you take this job as a policeman, a detective, anybody that work in the law enforcement, you need to take a fucking lie detector test. Because if you're a fucking racist, you shouldn't be working in law at all. But is this ever brought up in these meetings or anything with the police department to say, well, if you're a racist, well, you can't be a cop, right? It's never brought up, people. Just as if you hate black people, go on and do it. You got allowable racism in this country. You're allowed to hate black people as long as you want to. Okay? And you can kill them too. And we'll make sure you get off. Oh, this is ridiculous, people. This is hurtful, painful, ugly, evil, racist. It's racism in this country, people. When y'all talking about France and all that motherfucking shit, and I feel sorry for those people in France. You need to be talking about the racist, hate motherfuckers right here. The terrorists, the ones that go in movie houses and kill 14 and 15 people. The white boys that carry motherfucking 12 and 13 guns to a school and murder their students. Kill their whole family. The white media has got to deal with racism and your own hate, white people. You have to deal with it. You can't keep hiding this. Something is wrong with you motherfuckers mentally. You look at black people, you want to be them, and you hate them because you can't be them. That's not our fault because you're white. Be glad that you're white. Be happy that you're whoever you are. Whatever God made you, be proud of that and take it and make good things out of it. Don't hate other people because God didn't give you something. This is a 17-year-old young man with a family and a life, and if he made a couple of mistakes, I'm pretty sure you guys got institutions and stuff, right? Don't you have institutions that help people like this? And these white cops, you're looking bad, white cops. Y'all need to get together, white cops, in the whole country. And bleed out the ones that's not like you, not as good as you are. And I'm pretty sure there's some good white cops out there, because I've met a couple of them in New York. And they even said, you know what, they giving us a bad name. You got white cops in New York that don't like this either. A couple of them, because I've talked to them. And they said this is making them look bad and feel. I said, well, what are you guys doing about that? They said, well, we try to do what we can. But if you talk about it too much, they'll look at you as if, you're not on this. I said, I know it's rough for you guys too, but what are you going to do? You can't just leave it like this. They said, well, we're trying to do stuff by writing letters to Congress, anonymous letters here and there. I said, it's a shame it got to be anonymous. He said, I know, because we'll lose our jobs if they feel like we want to straighten out things in the police department. And these are white cops in New York. They don't want no part of this stuff, man. But they say when they try to speak out, the blue code of silence come up and threaten them, threaten their lives, threaten their livelihood. It's good white cops out here, guys, but a lot of them are being silenced. I'm telling you because I've spoken to them in New York, and it's sad. They're not being protected either. They say they want to weed out the haters in the police department. They say they know a lot of them themselves. They say yes, and these are white guys talking. They say yes, there's a lot of racism in the police department. They say when we try to do something about it, the good ones, they come on us. We got to do anonymous letters and stuff like that. I say, oh my God, I didn't know it was so hard on you good cops. But let's go to the videotape, guys, because you always have to see this stuff for yourself. Let the kids go out of the room, guys. Please, don't let children see this kind of stuff because they shouldn't be seeing this kind of stuff, you know? Although this is a child that was shot 16. Oh my God, I can't even say it. I'm sorry, I can't even say it.
Towards the center, he's walking, kind of running. Then you see a police officer on the left side of your screen pointing his weapon. According to the prosecutor, he fired his weapon 16 times. According to the autopsy, he hit the body 16 times. Now, the prosecutor made it very clear. She says that this police officer abused his power.
Pro-No TV.
This officer went overboard, you know, and he abused his authority, and I don't believe the force was necessary.
McDonald's family settled with the city of Chicago for $5 million.
They shouldn't have settled.
They want this video.
They shouldn't have settled.
But as you might imagine, a lot of the protesters in this community, a lot of activists, wanted the release of this video for transparency purposes. And as soon as
Pro-No TV.